everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Amazing Shinsengumi, Heroes in Love, along Hajime Saito's route. We are on this first good ending, Crimson, I'll Tell You All of My Feelings, which would be really nice. The jerk's been avoiding us lately, but hopefully that's over now. Let's see. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. The flames engulfed the house, and the smoke spread through the sky like storm clouds. Ash sprinkled down. The ash was carried by the wind and piled up on my body as it fell. If I go in now, I might be able to save her. I turned around and looked at Hajime with determined eyes.
Please, stay here. I'll get her out.
Huh? Hajime let me go and took off his pale blue jacket. What do you think you're doing? I picked up his jacket and watched him take action. He went to find a well and picked up a bucket. Splash. He turned the filled bucket over and covered himself with water. Splash. He covered himself with water one more time and rushed into the sea of ash. I went to stop him, but I knew why he was putting himself in danger. That was why I couldn't stop him. Right before he jumped into the flames, Hajime turned around and I saw him nod his head at me. I could feel his warmth on his jacket. I held it tightly and prayed.
He sure does some stupid things.
Someone behind me sounded fed up. I turned around. Soji and Shinpachi were standing there.
That's Hajime's jacket, right? Why isn't he here?
He went inside to save an abandoned cat.
He went in, huh? That's just like him.
I thought they saw, because Soji just said he does some stupid things, didn't he? They nodded and began drawing water.
Come on, Chizuru, help us out. It would be easy to just destroy the house, but we can't do that.
Right. I wore Hajime's jacket and ran over to help them. Splash. Should I put his jacket down so it doesn't get wet? The people that kept their distance finally started to help us. The fervid flames were becoming weak.
What's taking them so long? Maybe he fainted from breathing in too much smoke.
I hope not.
Well, that's not funny, Shinpachi. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. I'm sure Hajime will come back, safe and sound. I grabbed the bucket tightly and pumped more water into it. Splash, splash. I heard footsteps walking on the water.
Thanks for believing in me and waiting here.
They were quiet words. I turned around and saw Hajime standing in front of the house. Hajime! The ash had stained his clothes. Hajime's whole body was black. I didn't care and flew into his chest. Hajime hugged me tightly in return. This warmth, it's real. I felt relieved and something cold started to run down my cheek.
Why are you crying?
And why are my tears cold? Our bodies separated, and Hajime wiped away my tears.
Are you hurt?
I shook my head.
Oh, did I hug you too hard?
I shook my head again.
Then try and understand. Chizuru's glad to see you uninjured. Is that the reason?
Hajime opened his eyes and looked down at me. I was worried you might not come back at all. I held in my tears and talked. My tears started to overflow again.
It's just as I thought. All I do is hurt you and make you sad. If it's for you, it might be best if we stay away from one another.
I remembered the words he told me before. My chest started to feel painful. I dried my tears and looked at Hajime's face.
Still.
Hajime looked like he was in pain. He embraced my body once again.
I want to protect you. I want to be with you.
What do you mean? What do you mean, what does he mean? I should have been firm with him and forced him to stay with me. Never mind if I'm too good for you or not. You are staying with me. I want you. I thought you hated me.
Of course not. I could never hate you.
Then why were you avoiding me? I thought I did something careless to make you hate me.
No. You were so beautiful that night. My crude words can't even express how beautiful you were.
Oh. My face was flushed after hearing him call me beautiful. That's not... But why did you...
That night, I indulged in your beauty. I couldn't control myself. I wanted you so I could fulfill my desires. I thought my actions ended up hurting you. I didn't want to repeat the same mistake again.
So that's why you were avoiding me. I was painfully remembering how he avoided me. I lightly punched his chest. He accepted everything I did, and looked at me with sincere eyes.
I may not be worthy after hurting you so many times, but I have something to ask you. These aren't Captain Kono's words, they're my own.
What is it?
Will you let me protect you from here on out? I want to be by your side. I want to be the closest person to you. Will you let me?
The way he asked me was very much like him. I smiled. He was a kind person who was always thinking about others. As I put his jacket over his shoulders, I said my vows to him. I want to be by your side as well. Let me be with you.
It would be my pleasure, Chizuru. Chizuru.
Yes? My heart pounded even more than usual after hearing Hajime's voice. It might have been because of the water in his eyes, but I thought he looked dazzling.
I love you.
I love you too.
It's kind of embarrassing saying it again.
Hajime kissed me softly, lovingly. I could feel his warmth and his kindness from just his kiss. Hajime's feelings even transcended human speech. I knew how he felt without hearing him talk. That night, the moonlight shined on the door. It reflected our shadows as we lay on top of one another.
Chizuru, I love you. When you're next to me, I just want to touch you.
It was just like he said. His fingers caressed my cheeks, lips, and neck. I feel weird.
You're hurt, aren't you?
No, it's not that. My body feels hot when you touch me. Hajime's eyes became softer. He started to take off my kimono.
It's the same for me. I want to see your bare skin.
That's embarrassing. He was only touching me, but I let out a long gasp.
I love it. I love your natural body, Chizuru.
He opened my kimono and exposed my bare skin. I saw Hajime squint his eyes. I felt like he was looking at every part of my body. Even though it's embarrassing, I'm happy that you like it.
I just told you how I really feel. But if that makes you happy, then I'll tell you all of my feelings. Your lips are so tender and soft. Your neck gives off a seductive scent.
Huh? That's enough. You don't have to tell me everything. Please stop. I don't want to hear anything else. Why not? I thought it was really sweet. I liked it. Hajime chuckled and groped my breast with his big hands. It was like he was unraveling my breasts as he caressed them. In that moment, I felt sweet throbbing pleasure pulsate through my body. No! I let out an indulging squeal. It didn't sound like my voice.
Your voice is so cute. It sounds like you're enjoying it a lot.
It was different from the first time we made love. Our bodies slowly touched.
I know I have to control myself, but I don't think I can.
His lips curled everywhere on my body. His tongue licked every nook and cranny. My body began to shake with nervousness.
When I touch your body, I lose myself.
Hajime thrust his desires inside of me.
I'll do my best to do it softly.
I couldn't sense his usual docile attitude as he sought after my body. His manliness made me gleeful. I wanted to touch him more. I put my hand around his neck. It must have been sweating because I felt damp. I knew he was aroused. His head must have been filled with thoughts of pleasure. I'm so happy. I love you, Hajime.
Me too. I love you, Chizuru.
I wish this bliss would last forever. Me too! Why did Hajime get such more descriptive scenes than the rest of the guys? Phew, okay. I hated when he was avoiding me, but oh man, was he passionate, and man, was that... Whew! Okay, yeah, that was satisfying. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and record the other two endings and then sequel and date scenario before the night's out. Because I actually got to start at a decent time tonight, so I can actually finish it all. Not sure if I'll get it all out on the same day or not. We shall see. Anyway, hope to see you in that next video or in some of my other ones, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.